Buddy, welcome to this video where we're going to talk about the CEO of Earth2, Shane Isaac, challenging a YouTuber named Callum Upton to. So Shane put out an update, and then Callum made a video about that update, and that's where the challenge came from. We'll watch it, most of it, and I'll talk about it. I made this video already, and I was really happy with it, and then there was no sound. So I'm being, I gotta do it again. But, there you go. Okay, I'm ready. Let's play it.
Hey guys, I hope you're well and keeping safe. As many of you know,
I'm sorry, but it makes me smile so much. I'm just, like, the two ferns, like, the Ganawaganakis or whatever you say his name. That show is so funny, and it's kind of like, uh, I just like, I get excited. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry.
The devlog a few days ago talking about the world rendering technology that our very talented team of developers have been working on over recent months. Now, the purpose of that devlog and more devlogs we have to come is primarily to keep the Earth2 community updated and informed about relevant technology that we're working on and building, which is pertinent to delivering a one-to-one scale digital replication of the planet Earth for all of us.
Okay, so we have, as a community, we have expected videos kind of explaining what they're doing and showing progress. They haven't done so many. They've done a few here and there, but now they started this devlog thing recently, like a week ago or so, and there's been two videos. And we are, after the first video, of course, Callum, one of the scam tubers, came out and, shot it apart, says it was easy, it was crap, and all this. And this is a rebuttal to that. As a community, I mean, me personally, when I saw the video, I didn't even watch it until the video came out from Callum Upton, because I had to see what I was watching, right? And he was in the video. He's like, "Oh, we made it. It's a huge deal about it." And no, I mean, we just want updates on what's going on, the second one had about the building, and there's still like more questions about the building and all that. I could probably do something on that video as well because it's really interesting because it pertains to single tiles, which is my specialty. So, well, let's go back to the video. This is not as going as well as the first video. Okay, let's keep going.
Playing, building, and have fun in. We have every right to release progress updates to our community, and although our primary goal is just that, informing our community, the public, of course, will watch these videos too, and the public, of course, have every right to praise or critique such updates.
Yes. Now, their goal is really to inform us what they're working on, not to put it out for the public to criticize and say how crap it is. I mean, I guess it's going to happen, but we just want to see progress. And then the scam tubers want to make content, so they'll go and say and just pick it apart. And then you have people that work at Earth2 having to defend themselves. So
people are most certainly entitled to an opinion, but when we release an update on proprietary tech that I know my developers have worked very hard to build, and then someone takes that video footage and intentionally misleads thousands of people, including some from our community, about the significance of that tech, because he claims to have all this knowledge and all this experience and sounds like the real deal to most people. Then on top of that, this someone also happens to be a serial offender with this weird ongoing vendetta against Earth 2. That's where I start to draw the line.
Okay, so I don't think Callum has a vendetta. a vendetta against Earth 2. Okay, so just if you don't know, so Callum, there's a group of YouTubers that put out videos, and they kind of did it in a group. So one did one, and then another one did it, and another one did it, and they all kind of talk to each other through connections or whatever. And we call them scam tubers because they were saying that Earth 2 is a scam. Um, and Earth 2 is one of the most successful like startup companies of all time. Like, I mean, they could call it a scam because they think that they're over promising what they can deliver. But it's a project that is going to go on for years and years and years, and you know the people that are involved in it, we can see it, and the people like the scam tubers, they can't see it yet. And maybe Earth, for them to see it, they need Earth 2 to provide more, like more devlogs, more information, more in-game footage, more stuff like that, and maybe they'll start to turn around. And one of the YouTubers, like Big Fry, he seems to be turning around a little bit, definitely more than he was in the beginning. So yeah, and the thing with Callum, personally, I've watched all their videos. I watched everyone's video. Anything that has to do with Earth 2, I like to be informed, especially so I can talk about it. And what Callum does is twist things like to get attention and just to make his own point. Uh, for for example, Callum came into the Earth 2 chat, talked to all of us, asked us all these questions that he might be discussing. We gave him all the answers. We watched the video the next day, and it was like the opposite of what we told him. And I was just like, man, I mean, I guess it's entertainment, or his channel really focuses on attacking things that are scams, or you know that look like scams. So that's his job. That's what he's intended to do. We are just like, we have to suffer from it. So yeah, let's carry on here.
I am, of course, talking about the prodigy programmer Callum Upton, whose ongoing obsession with spinning anything positive from Earth 2 into something negative
True.
seems driven by some form of unhealthy obsession or something else. But yeah, something weird is going on there. But in any case,
not so weird.
One of our lead developers and I went through Callum's video, as we often do, to check critiques video and see what we might be doing wrong. And after a lot of laughter, we were trying to figure out what we just watched. Initially, we thought there was not really any point to responding to the video. That is, until we saw that people actually take this guy serious and believe what he's saying.
Yeah, this is the issue. Like, they probably were shrugging off like, as it's just the YouTuber like attacking us again, no big deal. But then you read the comments, and there's 100 people that think that Callum is right and that he knows what he's talking about, and it kind of not. I mean, I'm sure Callum knows some things about what he's talking about. If he's a game developer, but he doesn't know the insides of Earth 2. I mean, it's like it almost like he tried to, but not really. Like he was just looking for ammunition, or he does know and he spins the opposite. He gives the opposite information to his public. So, yeah. Let's keep going.
Alan totally misses the point time and time again. It's
Yeah.
just over his head. Yet I believe the grand opinion he has of himself leads to him to believe that what he is saying is accurate and makes sense. Well, maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, he probably thinks he's right, obviously. But he does have some clue. But yeah, he see the thing too with this challenge. I'll get to that later.
He's intentionally misleading people. I guess we may never know. He keeps making the point about how elementary our work is and how how we're claiming that we're doing new and revolutionary things, and we're sitting there scratching our heads trying to work out how we even got that impression, because we simply didn't claim any of these things. To give you guys an accurate analogy, we're saying, hey guys, we're sitting here and we're building this cool new type of car. Take a look at it. It's going to be really fun to drive and use in the future. And his response to that is, you guys are lying. You didn't invent cars. Cars are nothing new. I'm going to tell the world about that. I mean, obviously, it would not make sense for us to reinvent every basic aspect of 3D graphics. And of course, we use height map data. We never claimed this aspect is new. The same goes with the procedural generation. We never claimed that was new either. And Callum, your maths is off by several magnitudes. If you can create a terrain in Unity with 600,000 square kilometers and have it change biomes in real time, we'd be super impressed. So why aren't you? Something's amiss.
I'm always it's curious. Some people say math and some people say maths. I always said math, but anyway, he's he. Let me keep going.
To put that into context, that is a side length of 774 kilometers, so 774,000 meters, as opposed to the default terrain size in Unity of 1,000 meters, or 1 kilometer. Or, Callum, did you say the default in terrain size in Unity was 600,000 square kilometers? I think you said something like that.
So most people, including myself, because like I design board games, not like computer games, and I don't know anything about the graphics and the mapping and the ratio to display and zoom in. I don't know any of that. So I am learning as we go. And the way that like Callum talked is like he just made it seem like he said, like so elementary. Oh, like, oh, that's nothing. I could do this and I could do that. And they're not claiming, Earth 2 is not claiming that they invented that. What they're saying that some of their techniques that they're using are proprietary and new. And they are some things that are making it possible to do things that haven't been done before. And that's his confidence that Calum does not have that and he won't be able to complete the task. But we'll get to that.
Then on to clip mapping. You're right, clip mapping is an old idea, but we never claimed to have invented it. We chose it because it's suitable for our needs, and we've been working on ways to improve its performance to suit our purpose in Earth 2. Clip mapping is not the same as typical LOD systems. You're comparing apples to oranges, and we're guessing that maybe, just maybe, you've not yet worked it out in your head that the reason you're seeing the reason you can't see clip mapping artifacts is because we're using our own custom-made proprietary tech. Not sure if that kind of made sense to you.
Okay, so I think with this big like area, there's clip mapping stuff that exists, and they figured out a way to fix it so you don't see any artifacts, which I guess is like where it's smooth. Where so I think they made it, and I was thinking that their proprietary tech was the terrain editor that they said that basically one of their developers had invented, which was a special terrain editor that basically helped you craft the world, like put in water and put in like trees and all this, like a terrain editor, a special design that isn't anywhere. Like they custom made it. That's what I thought, but I guess this is a little bit different as far as like the way that they're putting this large area together. They designed a new way to do it that hasn't been done. But this is tough to like, some of this stuff is tough to understand. And but at the same time, this kind of little battle going back and forth is kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. Now, me sitting here continuing to point out all of the misleading and misrepresented commentary you have intentionally made during your video is not going to achieve very much. You'll just create a response video denying it all.
Yes.
Luckily, your false representation about your game engine programming knowledge has provided us with a very real way to measure the accuracy of the video you created to demystify the claims of our little vlog was making and educate the masses about how Earth2 should not be able to talk about cool tech we're working on. The video brought out many accusations. The video you made actually brought out many accusations and comments from your devout followers who believe every word you say, with some common comments being, I built something better than this at uni. This is basic stuff. 20-year-olds tech. Earth2 is a scam, and this proves it. They're using $10 plugins out of the box. And my favorite one from one of your very own followers named Phones Are Funny, which I think is an amazing idea, and he said directly to you, Callum, you should take these features and demonstrate how basic they are in Unreal or Unity. Explaining won't help if people have no clue what's going on, but recreating this on video with a bit of drag and drop would clearly show how easy it is.
So basically, Callum is just egging on E2 just to make content and just to make them respond by saying it's so easy. I did this in university. I could do it in 30 minutes, you know. And then you get people upset that spend like, a year working on it and a lot of time and effort into developing it. And then you get somebody like this. And so basically they're coming back and saying like, fine, just put your money where your mouth is and prove it. Okay, so another thing is right before I watched this, I watched the Callum interview with Nameless on Guidebook Gaming. If you look it up on YouTube, it was an hour, and they talked about all this, the challenge, how it was going, and Callum had this confidence that he said like the first four done 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 done, the last one, there's some artifacts like what he was talking about that is actually the proprietary tech. He's not figured out yet, and probably won't. But he will probably say that he has, or it's close enough to it where he deserves the money or whatever. But that's the whole point of it. And it's going to be a going back and forth. Oh, you did this. You put these guidelines. Well, I could have done it, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's and they were talking about do you think he'll offer you a job if you get it right, or do you think he'll pay you if you do design it? Yeah, I mean, if he delivered on it, he would pay him. But personally, I don't think that he's going to deliver. Not saying that he's like Callum couldn't do it, but I don't think they would challenge him to something that he could do in this situation. Just my opinion. Let's go back.
Thank you, Phones Are Funny. I couldn't have put it better myself. Callum, during your video, you made numerous references such as, you can get a plugin for this. This is all no source. Basic
Nothing
energy
sauce.
Features. It's all amateur hour. This is just sad. They're just preying on people who don't know these technical terms, and
it's true. There's a lot of people that
but
don't
the
know
claim
any of
that
these technical
summarized them all was the one you made at 15 minutes and 23 seconds, and you said, again, these features.
He brings out these timestamps and when they're happening, and just to note too, Big Fry, who is another like scam tuber, he did what I'm doing right now. He went through this whole video and talked about it. And I love that video. I watched it twice. And he was very much against Earth2. And now feels like he's kind of on our side a little bit. And one thing that I saw is that the developer that helped him make the Earthland video, which was a spoof on Earth 2 in the very beginning when they were making fun of us. They made an Earthland with Trigrid. It was like a promo. It's very funny, actually. I own the EPL Earthland as well. So I'm psyched about that. And, the guy who developed it, he there was a comment by him saying that he kind of respects Earth 2 and can see the progress and what's going on. And I think by him posting that, Big Fry probably saw that and kind of they talked about it, and now he's kind of seeing that it's becoming something, and they do have some technology that can get it to a point. But what Big Fry said was baby steps, and making these vlogs and going through each part as it develops is part of development, and it is baby steps, and it's going to require a long thing. It's going to take a long time. Now, the thing that the scam tubers always say too is like, oh, you say it's going to be Ready Player One, and we're looking for that, and we're not going to get it. But Ready Player One was a comparison. So some people that don't understand the technology and all that can say, like, it's going to be like a platform where you can play virtual reality, and you could go into like this universe and play games or drive a car or challenge other people and stuff like that. So it was just kind of to help people understand, because at the time the metaverse was not even really, it's just the beginning. And now they just keep, focusing on that, which is really not this. I see it as something 10 years away. And they have a lot of work to do. But right now, it's actually, and people say, oh, it's not a game. Well, it is a game right now. It's like an economic simulation game, similar to some of these board games that I have, where you have to use your brains to figure out what's the best way to buy land, sell land, get jewels, eventually resources, trading, setting up communities, setting up, the best place to, should you go to a mega city? Should you buy an island? Should you get this? It's all it's all part of the game, if you play it well. Like, just an example for me, because I started One Tile Nation, I had so many single tiles in the beginning that kind of strategy helped me get jewels, almost, a lot of jewels, and those jewels helped me buy more land. And that is a strategy that helped me in the game. Now, some people might not call it a game. Some people say, well, we're expecting this Ready Player One as the game, but right now it's a game. It's kind of a money game, investment game. It's a preparation for a longer vision game, but I've always seen it as a game, depending, and it's like using real money, just like you go to Poker Stars or whatever before, where you use real money and you can play poker, and you screw up, you lose it. Same here, you screw up, you lose it. But if you play it well, then you can make decent money. But at the same time, there is a game, and there's people that care about the community and are involved and have these great conversations about everything to do with Earth 2. They like to focus on like Arya's videos. Shout out to Arya. That he promotes investing. He's like, hey guys, get in here, buy some land. It's gonna take off. It's gonna explode. There's gonna be a crypto coin. Like, he promotes it as an investment because he's an investor. I promote it like a game because I'm a gamer. So it depends. There's a lot of different, and just like so many strategies, there's so many strategies that you can take when playing Earth 2. When joining the platform, you could say. And I think it's going to be much more than people think in the future. Let me get back to this.
All pretty much standard and out of the box game engine. You can do these things out of the box, 30 minutes maybe to set one up. Again, you went on to set 19 minutes 7 seconds. You can get a demo level twice the size of this example with clip mapping already done for you on the Unreal Engine Marketplace and the Unity Asset Store. Very available for even the smallest indie devs to take advantage of. So, I think it would be fair to say that any reasonable person after watching your video would be of the opinion that you could easily create a project or demo exactly like the one we have demoed.
If you watch his video, then you
better. And all it would take is 30 minutes of your time or less, and maybe one or two plugins.
But see what he did? To understand, you have to go watch his video, Callum's video, and you have to give him likes, which gives him money. So he's creating this, this, I don't know what you call it, but dilemma or whatever. He's creating this and getting a lot of attention and views and money. So he's using it. He's like purposely doing it. And that's what he does. It see a lot of us at Earth2 that are like dedicated and care about it. It hurts us because we feel like a lot of these people are getting the wrong information from Callum and these other people, and they don't really know. Like if you did your research and you talked to some of us and you found out what's going on besides like what they're telling you, the communities, the cool like events, all the stuff that's being built and organized that has gonna have a lot of plans in the future. So yeah,
Well, Callum, I publicly challenge you to do just that. Go right ahead and do it. I personally...
I remember watching this for the first time. I publicly challenge you. Go ahead and do it. Let's do it. I was all excited. And Big Fry did, when he did his video too, he was just like, yeah, challenge him. And that was the point, and I like it. Some people are like, oh, he shouldn't have done it, or it's, you're just egging it on. But, I mean, we're gamers. It's a game. Let's get this going. Challenges, it's fun,
by my developers and their ability and their integrity, and I'm willing to fund this challenge for $10,000 to yourself or a charity of your choice. This is your chance to throw egg back on our face, Callum, and prove to all your followers that you spoke the truth in your video, and you or anyone has the basic skills to do what we're doing.
Now, this was cleared up later that he didn't mean you and everyone to go and get like 50 developers to help you do this challenge. He meant like if anybody could do it. You make it sound like it's so easy that anyone can do it. Like anyone with 30 minutes in an asset store or whatever. Yeah, it's just stuff that's said to make Earth2 look like crap. And there's another thing is like that they never talk about, well, I don't hear the Scamtubers talk about, is that Earth2 holds a lot back for the reason that they are copied, and they've been copied many times by other people. And Earth2 is one of the most successful startups, and people see that, and they want to figure out how to feed off of it. So there was like, Earth2, and then there was Earthium, and then there was Next Earth, After Earth, V Park. There's Eartha. There's so many more, and it's all like trying to get that same, people coming in. And they need to protect themselves about this, from people copying and stealing it. Another video I'm probably going to talk about, Next Earth, and there was another video just made about that, but I was going to talk about the comparison between the two and what's going on there. It's interesting. It is interesting. I don't think, either of them are scams. They're trying to be their own thing. Like, Earth2 and Next Earth. But that's another topic. Let's get back to this.
So that's $10,000 for half an hour of work. you'll be one of the highest paid devs in the world, and you'll get to prove to everyone how basic Earth 2 really is. And we'll
For, see, first of all, saying he said he could do it in a half an hour. It took me a half hour to make this video and an hour to upload it. Really, the first time that I screwed it up. How are you gonna make 700 miles of like video, like flying with trees and all this? Are you crazy? It's just ridiculous. That's what you do. You say, "Oh, I could do that in a half hour." No, you can't. Yeah, maybe you can do some stuff or buy something, um, but no, it's
not only give you 30 minutes or even 24 hours,
yeah, a week.
we'll give you 168 hours to do this, or 7 days. That's 300 times longer than the time you said it would take for you to spin this up.
Yeah.
So here's your challenge, you legend. And we'll hold back, and we'll only give you 7 of the many requirements that we've
Here's your
actually
challenge, you
filled in that
legend.
tech. We'll give you 7. 7 requirements, and you have 7 days. Not
Okay, so I don't really need to go through like this video is getting long as it is. I don't really need to go through the 7 requirements. If you want to, you can watch the video. Watch the end of it. But it's basically just saying these different things that he has to do, like certain distances and speed and mapping. It is all a little bit complicated, especially for like the average user, even myself. You know, but I'm excited, and a lot of the community got excited, and not to mention we had like thousands of new users in the past few days because this challenge. And this is the kind of stuff that we need. We need, like, there's that thing, any publicity is good publicity. Um, yeah, this is true. However, none of us want to be called a scam, because it's not a scam. It might be it's a possibility. It could be a failed project. It's a possibility that they're over promising what they can deliver, you know but it's not a scam where they're trying to like steal your money. They're just like a business, a game, that's a platform that's trying to take over and become the leading game platform in the metaverse, and they have every chance and opportunity to do that. You have like the sandbox and you have Decentraland, but they're small in comparison to what Earth 2 could be. Um, Facebook's trying to come in and do it, but there's a lot of problems with Facebook as far as like control and corporate, and they track everything. So they're trying to get away from that. But yeah, I mean, and some people they call like people like us that are Earth 2 supporters, they call us like shield tubers or whatever, because we like no matter what you say, we support Earth 2. Not me personally, because I haven't done a video in maybe like 3 months because I was unhappy with how things were going. So like I only do it when I get excited, because that's what you got to do. You got to make me excited, and you got to get me to believe. I'm not a shill like saying anything to get you to like it or invest. Like, you don't need to use my code. I don't care. All that. It's not about that. I want to see them make a cool game with the help of us, the community. I'm a city builder. I've made about 5 cities and doing this cool project like Crypto Coast Project. And I'm not even in crypto that much, but I love to design roads and maps and stuff like that. So, yeah. So basically, that's it. I'll end the video here. I might do one on Big Fries too, even though it's similar. Um, I don't know if maybe just a quick one. But yeah, I loved his video, and there's many more videos to come. I like doing this. I think this is the first time my new camera, because I just did another video and I don't think it was my new camera was working, but I got a nice camera. Try to get a little better, thing going here. But yeah, help me out. Just to subscribe and just tell other people. I appreciate it, and I'll keep making some Earth 2 videos. And you can get your information from Callum and Scam Tubers and get it from us, and then make your own decision. Do your research. You know, I mean, I remember when I first heard about it, I thought it was a scam, and I did about a week's worth, of research. I watched everything I could possibly find, and I made my own decision. And I got in, started little by little, and then it built up when I was really comfortable. So, all right, man. Thank everybody. See you later.